time killer, instant joy, procrastination, just one more swipe.
A new study found social media use among American children and teens increased by 17%.
We have been covering mental health challenges.
According to a startling CDC report, 42% of high schoolers have said that they feel persistently sad or hopeless.
Why at this late date are the heads of social media platforms still denying their platforms' roles in causing the teen mental health crisis?
We know that people who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who spend less time on Facebook.
Is there a principal reason why I should delete my social media? And if so, what is it?
There are two. One of them is for your own good, and the other is for society's good.
Here is a typical familiar situation. Your alarm rings and you will reach for your phone on the nightstand. Half awake, you turn off the alarm and notification catches your eye. You quickly check it from the curiosity, and before you know it, you're scrolling the feed searching for news. Instead of being fully presented in our own lives, we already found ourselves lost in the online world of others. All thanks to the social media algorithms. And suddenly, time flies and we are running behind the schedule. But why is it so easy to be this manipulated? Across the globe, people spend about 2 hours and 27 minutes daily to social media. In the United States, it's jaw-dropping 4.8 hours across teenagers every day, and these numbers are slowly growing. With this amount of time spent on their phone, over an average human lifetime of 73 years, spent about 128,000 hours, which corresponds to about 14.6 years, or 20% of their life. Liking, sharing and commenting has become a big part of our digital lives as we immerse ourselves in the digital age. And each month, people join these platforms, and every platform has more than 1 billion active users. Yes, with a B. This is all happening because every one of us is owning a smartphone with large display and OS that make all this even more possible than ever before. And yet it is commonly known it's bad for us. There are a lot of Netflix documentaries, manifestation, trends like dopamine detox about life without social media. So why it's not working? Or is it? Just look around in any public transport or on a walk and count how many people are using their phone. We are the first generation which lives are surrounded by this environment. There are no long-term tests yet. How this can affect our social or mental life and health?
If you're sitting at dinner with your friends and you're texting somebody who's not there, that's a problem.
This is right. It's not that social anymore when everyone sitting at the dinner table is looking down to the screen. In the early days of smartphones, forward thinkers like Steve Jobs has doubted about the idea of third-party apps or an app store. They were aware about digital minimalism and attention grabbing with apps, which could ruin the great user experience or violate our privacy. But they also knew it's not sustained long-term and competitive decision, so they came pretty soon with an app store. Then it happened exactly what you would expect. These apps started affecting the way we use the phone, changed the whole experience. It became extremely viral to use new apps, and everybody started to enjoy this new kind of everyday fun. It seems like Tool became master. People on these networks started to be memed.
Hi.
Okay.
Or famous.
No, I like snow.
Liking, sharing and watching others has become a new normal. And these apps started to use our nature characteristics as a fuel to keep them on. Mainly by using neurotransmitters like endorphin, oxytocin, epinephrine and dopamine, which you definitely already heard about. Neurotransmitters does what the word says. Neurotransmit. So it transferred neurons in our brain which makes large role in our motivation, pleasures and reward feelings. These platforms constantly try to pull us from our lives to get a quick replenishment of dopamine level and sense of satisfaction. In past, it was motivational factor for survival, like hunting or looking for food, reproducing, and other essential activities. Social media brands nowadays actually use this information about dopamine to create an environment with reward searching mechanism in form of easy interactions, which result in long-term use of the service similar to gambling games. Plus, when the service is free, mostly the product is you. These media make money by showing us commercials in many forms. And more time we spend there, more money they make. Plus, more information we share. To understand us, they create our digital footprint and learn our behaviors based on watching history, measure seconds between post swipes, learn what we like or followed, and closely analyze the content we uploaded. It is an environment created to be easily used in one hand, controlled by one finger to reach all important buttons and swipes. And when TikTok came, it made a whole new chapter to these user interface features. Vertical scrolling is already in almost every social media app, including YouTube, Facebook or Instagram, or even not social apps like Spotify, Twitch, and many more. All app usage is an infinity war between the pocket slot machine in our hand, with every scroll where time and attention is in the bet. Digital footprint is ready after a while of scrolling. They know us really good from about what we love and hate, what's our thought process, political orientation, what people or stuff are we checking every day, maybe without anyone to say. Plus, every social media is in competition with others. Do you remember the part when I click on the notification, which started scrolling loophole? We call it being hooked, and it's most important step in the pipeline. Every business nowadays has a marketing which is using the hook to potential customers or users to get their product. They use it to impress you about the product or service, for example with stores, billboards, ads, influencers, emails, radio, word of mouth, and many more. Even this video uses first 30 seconds as a hook. So the notification is the easiest way how to get you into the app, but how much they use this feature. To illustrate how important it is, I tried TikTok for the first time for sake of this video. Not using it daily and barely had any posts on the profile. After just 4 weeks, I got over 147 notifications. It's 5.3 notifications every day from just one social media app. These notifications are like pokes in many directions to catch any attention and get you moved to the road they want. For example, notification about new likes or posts, live streams around you, new friends in the service, or even people I never heard about. They want us to open the app so very much. If we open notification, they're halfway to win. If algorithm knows what to show to us, our hunt for dopamine will do the rest to continue or coming back. Because these businesses generate revenue by overwhelming us with advertisements and collect extensive data, they need us to not close the app. After opening, the first thing on your For You page is something you want to see, to catch your attention. And then the algorithm takes the wheel. Have you ever wanted to do something, for example on Instagram, like look for a food recipe or write to that friend, and after a few minutes you're closing the app without actually doing the thing you wanted? You're not alone. They won again by closely monitoring our online behavior, excelling at capturing our attention, tracking everything from our clicks, movements, and even how long we watch the post or social media interactions, all to maximize profits. It's a constant battle between our prehistoric brain and server computers made to keep us engaged, and in the end, it's our time, attention, and freedom that are in the bet. Unfortunately, the story doesn't end here. This is not only their fault, or not just theirs. In their constant chase for our attentions, these networks motivate its creators to produce an attractive content that keep us glued to our screens, which makes their job easier. The metric known as retention measures the rate of viewership over time. On platforms like YouTube, the benchmark is retaining viewers in the first 30 seconds. The better retention it is, the more money and reach you will make as a creator, and they develop great tools for it. To achieve this, they developed a variety of tactics. Starting from rapid crazy cuts and fast dynamic editing to large blinking overhype headlines, loud emotive expressions,
text-to-speech and loud music. It's a finely orchestrated dance designed to retain our attention.
and not only on short-form content.
I don't normally do intros like this, but I'm currently descending hundreds of feet into a cave that runs.
This is the Vision Pro, and Apple.
Creators will do anything for your attention. However, this endless digital consumption comes at a cost. Not just in terms of time and privacy, but also in cost of mental and emotional well-being. You will always see others who looks like they are better than you. Studies has shown a correlation between intense social media usage and high intended levels of stress, anxiety, depression, social and sleep deprivation, or even worse. Moreover, the increase of fake news plus AI-generated content is already complicating the situation even more every day. More creators stop even create their own content and they just use AI to do it instead of them, from photos, scripts or whole videos. And since the future will be more digital, it's crucial we need to take a moment and consider the impact of this unending chase for connectivity to care more about mental health. So what can we actually do to get out of this controlling? How to prevent not being sucked in the loophole? People of the internet will always find answer for everything.
That's why I want to tackle it by doing a 7-day dopamine detox.
I'm talking about dopamine.
Dopamine detox.
Dopamine
detox. It is eliminating everything for 24 hours to a week that would ignite any kind of dopamine response.
I'm doing what is known as a 24-hour dopamine fast.
So let's turn off the phone, delete all apps and start live in a zen, right? This would work for a while. But it could be only short-term solution and after a while you can get back in the same old story. It's like you quit smoking in one day after 10 years. Possible, but very hard and painful and not sustainable for a major population. I believe the way is not to shut down all these services, since it's a huge part of our world and social status today, but we should use them to serve us, not other way around. And our devices are actually jam-packed with tools and features which can help us to use phones smarter, better and extending our mind, not consume it. These tools are just not that popular. Finding the balance starts with recognizing how much time on social media really affects us, even if it seems like it doesn't. Take a look to the screen time in settings, where you can check your daily average in those apps. It's your call if it's too much or not. How much time you need there. Decide and create a daily limit for this app. I recommend it to myself, limiting social media usage to around 30 minutes daily to avoid negative impacts on mental health, productivity and sleep. And don't use it to kill time. Try to read a book or any source without algorithms like news or magazines. Closely analyze the content you consume and curate the feeds to prioritize only meaningful content. Try to watch only content that is beneficial for you, which can motivate, chill or give you some pleasant emotions. This means to unfollow anything you are feeling forcing you to stay being as a passive watcher, for example memes. On almost every social app there is a tab following instead For You page to get more control over the content that is showed to you without algorithm suggestions, and of course, more you create, less you consume. Check the privacy information in phone settings and disable tracking or photo access. This will bring you more control about privacy so you will not be targeted that much. Maybe you will have a FOMO for a while, like you are feeling you are missing something, but you know what you are actually missing really? Something like this, or this, And if you find you're just searching for new content, stop using the platform at the moment and do something else. But what? I found it's great to have a list of things to do when no idea is coming to mind. When you get a notification, read it. Read it before you click and decide if it's useful. If not, you can disable the notification for the whole app or change them to be less visible. And do it in that exact moment. That's because you will forget about it and you will not do it later. Then go to the social app notification settings and just check what all you will get for notification. Maybe you don't need most of them. If you have a watch that can get notifications, you don't need to be disturbed by Instagram or TikTok on your wrist. This step is great for most apps, not just the social media. You can even do something additional like to add social media apps to folder or move them at the home screen to a different spot out of your thumb reach. This will also show you how often your brain automatically goes to the spot. Try to not use these apps in the morning and before sleep, when you should do your daily routine, or even better, do not use the phone itself. Replace your phone alarm with different device like watch, iPad or just a clock. As additional step, I have shortcut which lower the volume every time I open TikTok or Instagram to keep quiet these annoying quick cut videos. It's not perfect, but honestly, it works great. You can download this on my website. Turn off autoplay on YouTube or Pinterest app, which will not show you the previews of the videos and ads. Or you can buy also a premium subscription to be less exposed to the ads. This is amazing for YouTube. And the best idea I can give you is to create more of anything you love or you would like to do. Design, draw, write, edit, brainstorm, do some sport. And you will consume much less and you will be more proud of yourself. All these tips works great in my life and I'm sure it will help you as well. If you have any of your tips, tell me and others in comments what you have done to be ahead of social networks. I'm also not saying social media is only evil. It could be an amazing tool for inspiration, social relationship and fun. By taking these proactive steps to safeguard your mental and emotional health, you can set a better path towards a more harmonious and fulfilling interaction with technology. We can make informed decisions about how we choose to engage with these platforms. Reflecting and age-old suggests, knowledge is power. So, the next time you will check the notifications, ask yourself, are you going to fall into the trap of endless scrolling? Or you will use your time and attention for activities which really matters? I did my best to help you with that. Rest is on you. It doesn't have to be perfect screen time. Have a fun and enjoy, just take care of your valuable time. These devices should be tools extending your minds, and not your master. We don't need these services to be truly happy. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Social Networks, and I hope I will give you some amount of info about this critical topic. I also want to say it's me trying to be objective, but it's still a subjective opinion. If you have your solution which works better, let's create a discussion down in comments to help others. If you want to support me with like or subscribe, it's a pleasure for me. Also, thank you for groundbreaking 27,000 subscribers on this YouTube journey, which actually started with this video and it still keeps going. I'm excited for you in the upcoming episodes.